Spooky season is here, and it's absolutely my favorite time of the year because I believe that fortune favors the bold. I'm releasing a mystery offer every week in October, and it's designed to help you transform your life. Are you ready to take a leap of faith? Check out the show notes for all the details, and do not miss your chance to be rewarded so big for being brave and daring and being ready to make a change. Hello, gorgeous, and welcome back to the Girlfriend's Guide. I am so excited that you are here. You guys, if I'm honest, I do not know how long it's going to last just dropping one episode a week. I am missing you guys so much. In the same token, I also know that over the last couple of weeks, I have had so many downloads. My brain is like pow, pow, pow. Like I literally had to schedule an emergency call with my coach to process and figure out how to filter out all of these new things so that I don't overwhelm you. So before I make that big promise that we're going back to the old format, I just want you to know your girl misses you. So earlier this week, I dropped a TikTok video, and I did I think it was a text on Facebook. And I said that you cannot fully embrace what is meant for you if you're hanging on to dear life to all the things that are not meant for you. In other words, there is not physical or energetic space for you to receive that which you desire and is truly meant for you if you're holding on to all the things that are not. And there are a myriad of reasons why we hold on to things that we know good and well are not good for us. But let's just be real, we all do it. Maybe it's because we are fearful of being alone or uncomfortable, or we're wanting to embrace the familiar. Maybe it's because we don't want to be without, or we're concerned about what the perception is if we don't have those things. Regardless, if you want to create the life that you desire, if you want something that is good for you, you have to let go of what you know is not. So I said this and it made some waves, and I had a person comment yo sis, I totally know what I need to get rid of. I know what I need to let go. The issue is the how. And she raised a really good point, because lots of times all of us know what we need to be doing. It's how do we go about that? And my response to her, which I did in video, go check me out on TikTok. I'll link the actual video down below. What I responded to her with is how you let go of something is really going to depend on the person. And it's also going to depend on what that thing is. Is it a person? Is it a mindset? Is it a limiting belief? Is it a career? Is it an old story? What is it that no longer serves you or doesn't serve you in the way that it should? Because it's going to be different if you need therapy, if you need coaching, if you need, some practices in self-love, better goal setting. What you need and how you let go is going to be determining on the person. But across the board, the very first step is to recognize the type of story that you're living and become grossly aware of how that story about this thing that is no longer aligned, how is that still serving you? As people, we don't keep doing something that's not serving us in some capacity. I'll give you an example. As the youngest kid in my family, I was often painted as emotional and dramatic and theatric and all these things. And y'all, your girl is super sensitive. I'm an empath. I have a lot going on. And I wasn't always as emotionally regulated as I am now. I'll be the first to tell you that. I teach a whole segment on that every single year, right? And so things would happen, and predictably, I would go off the deep end. I would overreact. I would get really angry. I would really give it to somebody. And instead of acknowledging that I was in the wrong, I would say something along the lines of, well, you know that I'm dramatic. Well, you knew I was going to react that way. You know I've got anger issues. Instead of taking responsibility or being accountable for the way that I treated someone, I used that story as an excuse to continue to behave poorly. It was serving me it allowed me to be irresponsible and reckless. It was comfortable. Now, I have learned through therapy and coaching and doing the self-work that that's not how we treat people, and that was an excuse, and that's not how we roll anymore, right? But for you, what stories have you told yourself about yourself or learned about yourself or been passed to you from partners, from parents, from spouses, from other people, experiences, etc., etc.? How are they rewarding you? How are you benefiting? Are you using the story that you're shy or reserved to make excuses for not speaking up for yourself or setting better boundaries? Are you using the story of not being good at school or making poor grades in college or I barely squeaked by as an excuse not to apply for the promotion or not to apply for the team leader position or not to do the next big thing? How are those old stories serving you? And this is incredibly important, because once you identify how it is serving you, you can identify a solution that serves you at a higher capacity and calls you into your highest self. So I'm telling you very clearly, it is impossible for you to step into your dream life, for you to receive all that this world, that this earth, that source, spirit, God, whomever that you serve or believe in has for you, if your hands are filled with something that is no longer serving you, something that is not for you. Where do you need to let go? What stories are you telling yourself? How are those stories serving you? And how can we start to serve ourselves or find some way to get those needs met at a higher capacity? I hope that something I've said today has pushed you into your highest potential, that's got you ready to move forward, that's got you ready to make a change, because you deserve it. You deserve it so much. If you want support with this, whether it's in goals, whether it's in accountability, whether it's just hashing out and like searching through your stories, reach out to me, DM Coach. Or this week's mystery offer is exactly what this kind of person needs, because it's that opportunity to phone a friend, to talk through a dramatic situation or a situation where you've got questions and you just need some unbiased support. Or for the girl who's like, I really need support and accountability, but I need to do it on the run. This week's mystery offer is perfect for that. I will also drop that down in the show notes. I love you. I want the best for you, and I cannot wait to see your transformation. Have a great one.